The Division Alpha is back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Season 3. 5 red lights have gone, and the wheels are spinning yet again for the first time this season in the racing league. Good start by Jay, good start by Rhombos. Bobby jumped Gary for the third place, while they're fighting side by side, heading into turn 3 and 4. Jolin is pitted for the inters already, so Jolin is going for a gamble here, thinking that in the next couple of laps, or in the next few minutes, the track will get wet. Yeah, both of them have entered the pits now, but Jay gets a 10-second penalty for the third driver to get that penalty. And also Rhombos' teammates, both Mercedes, 10-second penalty for the same thing. It's 4 drivers now. How lucky is it? The Sparkster has retired, and that's a safety car. But without the track limit penalty, Rhombos. He's currently okay. I think he let Kelly definitely trading their asses off. Marissa Gary gets a look at the outside line. Switches to the inside. Will they able to stick it through? Yes, he will. But he's not attacking Jay. But he's letting Jay do the job for him as Jay just lost the car. And Charles behind Rhombos. There's plenty of seconds. So this Rhombos getting closer together, but at the moment, contact between the Mercedes and the Red Bull, and I believe Rhombos has just lost a part of his wing. Has no end plate. Yeah, but we saw Kelly and Rhombos have a collision which made Rhombos lose the part of his front wing. Yeah, front wing end plate on the left side has been totally removed. But now Jay on the inside of Kelly, turning into turn 1, and he gets ahead the South African over the Red Bull. And Jay will push on all the way from his teammate and his current P2 in Kelly, who's now just received 15 seconds of penalties in total. But Kelly just broke himself, but there was contact with Jay, and Kelly is back in the second place. Kelly just doesn't care about the penalties. Oh, okay, we let him through. Never mind. Now go on the attack of Kelly, and Rhombos gets ahead of the Red Bull. We'll take third place, but he breaks himself. Doesn't take this good. Mr. Gary gets a 13, crossed the finish line, and for the first time, he can call himself the Neo Racing League race winner. Congratulations. Second place will go to Jay. Nevertheless, it's a strong result from the South African. As we see Jans Rhombos finish B3.
We're here for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and we're going to go to the 5 lights. For the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, it's lights and it's action. We're away in Saudi Arabia. Hamflap Kelly jumps Mali Priek on the start, and Jans Rhombos and Gary Gator are side by side. Jans Rhombos clears out the McLaren, and Hamflap Kelly, who's had a supreme start, is up into P3. Gary himself is looking to fight back. He's got Jans Rhombos' teammate Jay ahead of him. He lost 2 positions somewhere in that first or second sector, and Gary Gator is looking to claim them back. He's alongside Jay. Jay gets the exit, but Gary takes the position. Hamflap Kelly has crashed into the wall in sector 1, and we've got a virtual safety car. And so once the green flag is waved, Gary will be looking in his rear view mirror as he has a problem with the DRS Delta, or safety car Delta, I would presume, and that costs Jay, as Gary suddenly brakes, and now he has to replace his front wing. Yellow flags out again. Big Cat Jump has no front wing. It looks like he's trying to retire himself from the session, maybe. Or he could just be trying to get back on track. Actually, okay. No, he was trying to retire from the session. And that's our first full safety car of the race. Raikkonen, he joins him with another 3-second time penalty. And Jay looking around the outside. The Aston Martin allows him the space. Can he clip through on the difficult section to go through by yourself? And Raikkonen just backs out. He realises covering off that comfortable line, making it a little bit tetchy for the Aston Martin. But down the main straight, it's going to be a whole lot simpler. And Mali Perlek takes the lead of the race. JPS gets past Marchmeister in the meantime. He's quick. And he's back into the race. Although Mali makes it look easy to get past Jons Rhombos as he spins out of the first corner. And that is the Aston Martin's fight over. Jons Rhombos comes across the line. He wins in Saudi Arabia. Jay is going to come across in second.
Race number 3, the Mexican Grand Prix. Got 5 lights on the way. Yep, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the wheels are spinning in Mexican Sprint. A good launch by Jay. Mantis is also had a good start there, but look at Rhombos, who is slipstreaming his teammate, but doesn't have any room to try and look for a move on both of them, or at least one of them. Bit of a contact between Jay and Mantis. Mantis is fighting hard against Jay through the first 3 corners, and Mantis gets ahead of Jay to take the lead. DRS has been activated. Jay is going to go on the attack on Mantis, and just with ease gets ahead of the Sauber and will retake the lead on lap 3. And now it's about to we're about to find out if Rhombos is going to do the same thing. We will have DRS on the Sauber. Doesn't have any battery, the pump Mantis. He's going to fight it against Rhombos, but doesn't stick through. But nevertheless, JPS has crossed the finish line to take his first ever victory in the sprint, and also Jons Rhombos takes the second place. It's a Mercedes 1-2. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the wheels are spinning for the Mexican Grand Prix. Good start, a good launch by these two. And the question remains, will Jay actually go for a move there on the inside? Yes, he does. He does have DRS on Rhombos. Will he be able to make a move of some sort? Yes, he switches to the inside. Will he make his thing just like in the sprint? Yes, he does again. What the move from the Sauber driver for pumped Mantis. He is looking for that inheritance of the lead. Rhombos is actually getting closer as well now, bit by bit. Jay makes a mistake on the exit and allows Mantis to go through and take the lead of this Mexican Grand Prix. And look how much he's gaining on Mantis, who has barely ERS to fight against. Rhombos on the inside into turn 1, and Rhombos retakes the lead. The question is, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Jay who's going into pits then. We're watching for Jons Rhombos now. The final of those 3 drivers to make the pit stop. I mean, I'm pretty much sure that both of them are going to jump him. Rhombos is on the hards as well. So it's Mercedes on the same strategy, but Rhombos is on the one lap younger tires than Jay. So yeah, there you go. Mantis undercut successful against these two, and will inherit that position. Mantis going into the pits yet again. Nibidi switching to the inside to cover. Will he be able to stick through on the inside? Not quite. We have a yellow flag. It's a safety car release because of Jacob, who has crashed out at just before the stadium section. And that's quickly removed. But now attempt number 3 from Jay against Nibidi, who is trying to fight for his life to keep that position away from the Mercedes, and Jay is getting ahead with DRS enabled, and now Rhombos as well, looking on the inside of Nibidi. Nibidi is going to fight it back, but he turns into Rhombos a bit, but keeps the position at the moment. But Rhombos will get DRS on the next straight. barely any battery on Nibidi's disposal. He's covering the inside line. Rhombos on the outside, tries the switchback, tries another switchback, not quite, but now he's going to be able to stick through it, but Nibidi's not going to give it up just like that, and Nibidi will have to concede eventually. Well, never mind. We have a yellow flag for David, who retired at the start, finished straight, but that's another safety car. That was the last one out of those three to take a pit stop, and stay behind them both by quite a margin, and now he's back in the lead. And the restart has now commenced with Rhombos, Neo, Debop, Jay, and Mantis. Jay is already on the attack, on the RB, and potentially on the Haas if he's brave enough. No, he tries to only does the RB. He only gets ahead of the RB, but he's gonna have much better traction against the Haas of Neo. Neo's gonna fight it back though, he's using battery to fight against it. On the inside goes Jay. Will he be able to... Doesn't make it stick necessarily. Neo just went off the track there. And it looks like Jay is most likely gonna stay at least third. That is if he doesn't make a mistake of some kind. He will get DRS on this start-finish straight. Heading into the turn 1. It's a final lap of this race. Jay on the inside on the soft compound tires against the House of Neo, who is still fighting back. Looking on the outside, trying to stick through on the outside, doesn't have quite on the inside. With a three-way between the Mercedes and Mantis, and the one who's going to come away with it at the end is Jones Rhombos, who's taking the second victory in a row in this season. Race number 4, the Italian Grand Prix. The lights are flashing, 5 lights are out for the Italian Grand Prix. And the wheels are spinning, and it's a good start from Rhombos, it's a decent start from Jay, it's a much better start from Marcel, who's already ahead of Jay, and also Temp, who got ahead of him. It's Temp and Marcel side by side heading into the first quarter. Allow Temp to close in, but Temp, second place to start a 2-place jump already. Marcel made a mistake in that section, allowing Jay to get ahead. Temp sets the fastest lap of the race, he actually took the lead from Rhombos. We saw Rhombos and Jade, Jesus Christ, Rhombos and Temp are in the first and second corners. And Temp just made a mistake there, and Jay got caught up in it, and Marcel capitalizes on it and gets ahead of Jay. Getting closer and closer, but not close enough. Marcel makes a mistake there, which will allow Jay to capitalize on it. He looks on the inside of Lesmo 1. Will he make it stick? Not quite. Marcel will keep it for now. But it goes Mantis and Jay, who have a collision. And Jay's round, Mantis is slowing down, Debo gets a position, then also Neo. As a result of that, does Jay have damage? He does have damage on the right side. Rhombos is going to push on his battery. Look how much he's gaining with that against Temp, who is going to try and fight it back if he can. Rhombos has the lead, but Temp on the inside, contact between the two forces Rhombos off the track, cut the corner. 10-second penalty for Rhombos on the final time of this race. Jones Rhombos is going to take it on track first, but it's going to be Temp with his first league victory of his career.
And this time, we're taking on the jewel of the Formula 1 calendar. That's right, it's Monaco, and we're going to go to the 5 lights. It's the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's lights. It's action in the Principality. Marcel gets off to a good start, looks to cover off Jay into turn 1. Indeed he does. Temp's already out of the session. We've already got our first safety car. We didn't even make it to the first corner. Marcel's going to take us back to green flag racing nonetheless. No, he's not. As Gary Gator pings off of the Mercedes. Looking to the outside line. Impossible move. But Gary holds on. One warning. Gary's retired. Gary's crashed. How's he crashed there? What? I just said how did he crash there. Marchmeister has crashed there as well. He has been the most consistent by a country mile. Jay is going to come across the line, and he takes victory in the Principality. JPS is victorious once again. Round number 6 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're going to go to the 5 lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's lights. And it's action. We are away at the Hungaroring. Jay gets a solid start. Marcel gets a poor one. He's been overtaken by Jons Rhombos. He could be overtaken by Kelly heading into turn 1. But no, he breaks late. And Kelly has to hold on to the outside line. He takes the position though. And they're going to slot in the 2 Mercedes at the front. Jons Rhombos is going to look to the inside line. And Jay heading into turn 1. He breaks late, locks up. And Handflap Kelly touches his rear. Handflap Kelly has run into the back of the Bulgarian driver, and now he's going to look to get through on him. And there's contact between the two. More damage sustained for somebody. I can't quite tell you who, because they've both got end plates. They've both got their entire front wings. And the pace has just been all on Jay. Handflap Kelly dives to the inside on Jons Rhombos in turn 1. Rhombos allows him the space, and through goes the Red Bull. So we've got a yellow flag out. Marcel round again. Everybody in Marcel scores a safety car. Track position was vital for the Mercedes. It's vital for the Sauber. And now he's got a little bit of a buffer, does Rhombos, to the rest of the grid. He's going to put the power down. The pedal is to the metal. And we're getting racing again here in Hungary. Mantis is looking to attack into turn 1. Jay just looking to attack as well into turn 1. But he's being attacked himself by Kelly, who pushes his way through. He's up back into the podium positions. And Jay is left chasing. Right on the rear of the Sauber. He's going to look to the inside line, heading into turn 1. But Mantis has decided that attack is the best form of defense. He's going to send himself past Rhombos, but he's gone off. And Kelly takes the lead. Rhombos, I think he's been scared off by Handflap Kelly. And that's handed the lead to the RB. Or, I think it's a domino effect. I think Kelly has scared Mantis, who's scared Rhombos. Neo is looking much more likely to pressure ahead. What, Jay? What has happened to JPS? On the exit, he must have just gone straight on. The RS is open for Jons Rhombos as they head down the straights. He gets ahead of Mantis, but is Mantis going to try and fight it back on the outside line? No, he's not. Kelly's gone. Neo is going to take victory in this race. Rhombos passes David. Kelly is going to come up to the line. He wins on track, but Neo wins in the Neo Racing League for the very first time. Jons Rhombos is going to come across the line in 3rd, on track. David in 4th, Mantis and Jay 5th and 6th. Welcome back to the NEOsphere for round number 7. We're going to go to the 5 lights for the Singapore Grand Prix. It's lights. And it's action. We're away in Singapore. Fizz gets an absolutely sensational start. Jay's slow off the line. They're 3 wide as they head into turn 1. Fizz takes the lead. Down the inside goes Rhombos. Down the inside goes Gary. He sends a huge move. But Kelly holds on around the outside. Jons Rhombos pulls the trigger. The wets are going to come off. The inters are going to come on. And we'll see where he comes out in relation to JPS. Could have fumbled here. Jolin's certainly fumbled with the strategy. And he's going to come in at the end. David comes around the final couple of corners. Around the final corner now. And he is going to overtake Jons Rhombos. Gary up to 12 seconds worth of penalties now. Jolin's in the pits. Rhombos and Jay down the straight. Rhombos is about to take his pit exit line. Okay, I mean, I think you all saw what happened there. Jons Rhombos just a little bit eager on the throttle. And picked up a 3-second time penalty. That could be huge for the race. But the 2 title contenders side by side. There's a punt in the rear. JPS has been touched in the rear by Handflap Kelly. That could be absolutely vital in this battle, because now it hands the advantage to Jons Rhombos, who takes the lead of this battle. Mantis is going to come in. Rhombos is going to stay out. Is he surely going to come in? Surely. No. He's going to stay out. Mantis is coming into the pits. Is it going to be for dries?
Fastest lap of the race for Kelly in the meantime, 138.7. D-Bob gets past David. These two are fighting side by side. David to the inside, but he spins. And D-Bob is going to win in that battle. David just going off the... Well, because at the moment it's just there's a dry line forming. Yellow flags again. David has retired from the session. Safety car. Rhombos is going to lead us away. He's going to be the one to decide when we go back to green flag racing. And it's going to be now. The pedal is to the metal on the pit straight. Fizz has managed to nail that restart and he's to the inside of Rhombos. They're wheel to wheel as they head through turn 2 now. Fizzy has the inside line. Fizz has the lead. Rhombos trying to fight back down the inside. He can't quite get it. Mantis trying to get involved as well, but he can't quite get involved as well. Pylon, yeah, I don't know why the HUD always says that. He can pile on the pressure as he goes to the inside of the Mercedes. He's to the inside and to the lead, but there's contact between the two championship rivals as JPS has gone flying into the rear of Rhombos. He was watching the battle ahead and he's just hit the rear of his championship rival. He's got to try and push forward. Brilliant. That's somebody to ban, isn't it? In the chat. I can't ban him. I'm just going to leave it. Safety car again. Mantis. He waited a while to get going last time. This time, no such. Oh, it almost was as he slowed down around the final corner. It's going to be 3 wide as they head into turn 1. And Jay sweeps across. He leads this race. Mantis trying to scrap back. And he's fighting alongside Fizz. Fizz with that grip, with those softer tyres. And Mantis' safety car restart has played completely against him. He's now side by side for the final podium position between himself and Rhombos. Mantis is being squeezed almost into the wall by Rhombos. But the Mercedes clings onto the position. Mantis could dive to the inside. He's going to try to dive to the inside. He rides the curb. There's contact. There's an end plate going off. And it's just going to be between these two. And there was contact between them earlier. Fizz takes the lead of the race. There's contact between himself and Jay. And that allows Rhombos through alongside Fizz as they head into turn number 8. But Fizz stays ahead. Rhombos gets past Jay. Karma comes back to bite Jay. And Fizz, he made his debut in this league this evening, and he's made a splash. Victory for the Aston Martin, victory for Fizz in the Neo Racing League. A very, very happy welcome. Jay and Pump Mantis, well, Jay in 3rd, D-Bob in 4th, Pump Mantis in 5th, and Rhombos taking 2nd, extending his championship lead. Ladies and gentlemen, it's round 8 of the Neo Racing League season, and it begins here. We're going to go to the 5 red lights for the Bahrain sprint race. It's lights. And it's action. We're away for the sprint race as predicted. Yuns Rhombos gets off to a great start. And he's going to lead into turn 1. There's contact though behind. Matt has retired before even the first corner. I think there was contact between himself and possibly Jolan. Everyone is just going a little bit mental down here at the bottom as yellow flags out as that. What on earth was happening there? Neo's going to make it through on Pump Mantis into turn 1. Rhombos isn't going to make the same move. The Haas gets through. Rhombos tries to find a gap, but Mantis too focused on Neo ahead, and he's trying to attack him. Rhombos, though, to the inside line. He gets the move done. He could get it done on Neo as well as he looks again to the inside. This time a turn number 4, and he makes the move stick Neo with that switch back possibly, but no, because Mantis is putting the Haas under pressure. And he's going to wait for the exit out of turn 3. And what a lovely exit that is. The Haas pulling to the inside line and pulling ahead. He's maintained the gap that he had at the start. And JPS, this will be the easiest victory of his life. He takes victory in the sprint race. Neo is going to hold on ahead of Rhombos for 2nd. We're going to go to the 5 lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights. And it's action. We are away for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Jay gets an absolutely incredible start. Rampant Gamer gets an awful one. He's attacked into turn 1 by both Kelly and Matt. Kelly to the inside, Matt to the outside. Kelly trying to push through. There's an incident once again involving, I believe, yeah, Marchmeister and the two Hasses. Kelly looking to the inside of Rampant Gamer, getting the position sealed nice and easily. Rampant Gamer with a little bit of contact on the exit with Matt. And what's happened to Rhombos? He's must have squirmed out of turn 3 because he's lost the position to Fizz. Rampant Gamer attacking Kelly into the final corner. Rhombos attacking Matt. And so this group of 5 drivers are really pushing each other to the limit. Bebop having a poor exit out of turn number 7. And he loses out to Jolan. Rhombos losing out to Matt because of the fact that he is not in this session. He's just been absolutely on top of. Only time he wasn't was sprint qualifying. Ever since then. What is he doing? Why would he do that? The safety car is in this lap. The drivers are getting ready to get going again, and they're going to be led away by Fizz, who's on 9-lap old hards. Rampant Gamer in second is also on... Oh dear. Oh dear. Matt's retired.
Temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
It was me. Yeah.
He's lost both end plates. And that's the Ferrari out of the race. I'll be very interested to see what happened there. But Fizz is going to take us back to green flag racing. And he's going to take us back to now. Green flag racing. It's pedal to the metal. It's foot to the floor. And Fizz leads us away. Rampant Gamer closing in as they head into turn number 1. He's going to look to the inside line. Diving in to the inside of Fizz. Jolan trying to hold on to the outside line. Can't quite do so. And Rampant Gamer switching once again to the inside line for turn number 4. And he's going to cling onto it with any means necessary. Fizz has allowed him the space. Rampant Gamer squeezes Fizz wide. Jolan looks to try and get involved now. Backs out of the move. But Rampant Gamer takes the lead of the race. March closing in on Jolan. It should be a pretty simple overtake for the Red Bull as he pulls alongside. That slipstream, though, has gone away as he's pulled alongside. And so he's going to have to make it stick through the corner. But Jay trying to send it again to the inside. Another missed braking point. And now he's missing one end plate of his front wing. He's going to get past Jolan with the DRS down the next straight button. If he move from Jay, that could see the stewards investigate. He's not going to come into the pits at the end of this lap. And D-Bob pulling alongside. Pulling ahead of Jay. As need to get my track map back up, but Neo sends it down the inside of Jolan, showing that, well, proving me completely wrong. And now they're side by side once again. Neo gets ahead. Jay, in the meantime, has jumped Fizz, and he moves up into second place. Fizz, though, looking to attack back the inside line. Could be impossible, but not if he switches back. Jay, though, takes the inside line off of Fizz as they head through turn number 1. That means Fizz gets the better exit out of 2, and he's going to try to squeeze Jay as much as he can. They've both got DRS, and Fizz has got the superior straight line speed, and so he stays ahead. Welcome one and all to round number 9 of the Neo Racing League season, and we're racing tonight around the Losail International Circuit. 29 laps of the Qatar Grand Prix are ahead of us. It's lights. And it's action. We are away for the Qatar Grand Prix. Jons Rhombos gets an absolutely incredible start. Fizz behind, though. He's going to get swarmed. There's 4 wide as they head into turn number 1. Fizz is able to squeeze everybody else out. It's 4 wide now behind as Kelly is able to take the advantage in that battle. Goes up alongside Jay, almost ahead of Jay. Now he slightly cuts that corner. He's going to try to get ahead of Jay, but the momentum has just been broken. And so he drops back down. He has to settle for P4. But Fizz looking to the inside around the final corner. He's tried to compromise Rhombos' line, tried to confuse him. And he's putting the power down now down the main straight. DRS is open for the first time in this race. And it's going to be used to Fizz's full advantage as he takes the lead of this race. DRS is going to be available for Jons Rhombos as he heads around the outside of turn number 1. On Fizz, who tries to fight this back. He's not going to give up the lead of this race that easily. And, well, he swoops around the outside, tries to get the run. Indeed, he does get the run. And he is into the lead of the race. Jay looking to pressure Jons Rhombos. as they head into turn number 4. Rhombos' exit may have been compromised, but Jay was unable to capitalise. But down the main straight, yeah, Rhombos does not have the DRS. Fizz has broken that toe, and so Jay is going to take advantage. He moves up into second place. The South African. I need to find a different way to distinguish the two Mercedes, but Kelly as well. He's started to fight Rhombos. He's made his way past Rhombos. And David and Rampant Gamer storm down the straight side by side. Rhombos drops another position to JC Marchmeister, who's been literally stuck to the back of Jons Rhombos for, well, a very long time now. Fizz drops into the 124s. Marchmeister does take this lap. He does take the opportunity, and he pulls alongside Jons Rhombos. It's also Rampant Gamer pulling alongside and ahead of JPS as well. But Marchmeister making that move on Rhombos. So the two Mercedes losing their positions. Heading into turn number 1. Jay is looking to fight back. And is within 2/10 of Rampant Gamer. This will be an easy overtake for Jay as he retakes P2 ahead of Rampant Gamer. Handflap Kelly is going to make it a little bit more difficult as he heads through turn number 1. There's contact between the two as Rampant Gamer tries to give Kelly a squeeze. Kelly, though, seals that position. And Rhombos, well, he's outside of the DRS now. Kelly moves past Jay into turn number 1. And he's up into second place. He knows he doesn't need to fight too hard with the Haas, too hard with the McLaren ahead, too hard even with his own teammate. He could be sealing a podium here. He looks to the inside line of Neo. He's made that look so unbelievably easy. But also penalties applying and things like that. Kelly is not going to hold on to that podium because of those 9 seconds worth of penalties. I thought we'd see more penalties, to be honest. Not everyone has a penalty apart from Rhombos, but I thought we'd see more penalties. More drivers around the 15s. Jay gets past Handflap Kelly, who retires from the session. Handflap Kelly on the penultimate lap of this race has binned it heading into turn number 1. And the Red Bull is out of the session. And now it really is the battle on for P3. Neo gets through on Rhombos. Rhombos is going to allow him that move. Yeah, it will be... I believe that's a 2-point gain that Jay will have if he's able to seal that, which means there will be level on points. Rhombos gets past Neo with the final full stretch of DRS in this race. Somebody who's maintained a gap well enough. Somebody who's dominated since the safety car restart. Fizz is going to come across the line. His second victory in the Neo Racing League. And what a dominant one it is. We haven't seen him since about lap 15. Jay's going to come across the line second. Neo takes P3 on track, but he's going to drop down. Jay is also going to drop down. Rhombos jumps up into P2.
Tenth race of the season, which is the United States Grand Prix in Circuit of the Americas. 4, 5 red lights, and the wheels are spinning in Kota. Good start from Marcel, good start from Jay. Rampant is already alongside Jay on the outside as we head into the first corner. 3-1 moment nearly between JC and Rampant and Jay. Rampant goes off the track, so does Matt, who is fighting with the Haas at the moment. 4 laps done in this race. 7 people have made a 3-second time penalty possible. And yeah, well, there you go. Jay against Marcel. Jay with DRS. Also, Kelly's going to join the fight. Gets ahead of the Ferrari and will take second place. Switching back to the fight for the lead. Marcel got ahead of both of them. Which I just keep missing that point. But there you go. 3 wide heading into the corner. Kelly and Marcel squabbling against one another. Marcel's forced off the track. And Jay is... I think Kelly just let him through. Yeah, Kelly might have just let Marcel through. But Marcel's now losing 2 positions back again. The top 3 are just changing positions like crazy. Fizz is also getting involved in this squabble. Just about in the DRS range. But look at Marcel, he had a shocking exit there, which caught Jay off guard, which will allow Fizz to get ahead of Jay and take second place. Could that also be potentially a small point lead as he goes on the outside of Marcel, and Marcel is going to try back, going to fight it back. He's trying to fight it back. He is ahead by a margin, but Fizz is going to fight it back. Marcel is trying to fight it for his life. Fizz has now 3-second time penalty, and also Matt gets another 3 to his name. And Marcel, by the skin of his teeth, keeps that first place. There you go, Marcel's just gonna fight it for his life at this stage. With 20 laps to go, but we see Jay have a bit of a squabble there on the exit, which will allow Kelly to take that third place away from the Mercedes. Hard tires as well. 3-second time penalty for corner cutting to Fingers, who has now lost the DRS to Jolin. Jay is going to rejoin behind both of them, so Marcel has made that undercut towards also the shoot fizz, so there you go. Marcel still ahead of the Mercedes of Jay, so there you go. Effectively, shoot fizz and Marcel are currently, as I just saw Fingers crash out on the pit exit, and that's a safety car. We see Matt and Marcel. Matt was looking on the outside, but not quite. Fizz is sticking his nose through the inside. He spins. He's going 360, and he's going to lose the positions as a result of that. Will he go for a move there? Marcel is switching to the inside to defend. It seems like it's going to work out for him. But contact between Kelly and Matt there. Matt was tagged. Kelly is now going to struggle to keep Jay behind, and Jay's going to go through him. Slowly but surely, Marcel has barely any battery to use. So does Matt. But look at Kelly, who's just high-pumping hits with the freaking left-hander. Matt is going to go one last potential time to attack. Marcel on the outside, potentially not quite. Kelly fighting with Jay for that E3 on track. Jay's on the inside, Kelly on the outside. Jay's got tagged by Kelly. Loses the position to Kelly, but... well, they didn't lose the position, but they lost time to Kelly. And the winner of this race will be Marcel for the first time in the Racing League. Marcel wins the United States Grand Prix. Neo Racing League is back. Welcome everyone to round 11 of Neo Racing League Division Alpha Season 3. The lights are about to go out. 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And the wheels are spinning in Interlagos. Good start from Jay, good start from Marcel. We see Shootfish jump up to third place, getting ahead of DJTT. Rampant and David also get ahead of the fast driver. Bassett got 3 places. Robsy College and Kelly has gone in position for 2. Rhombos is dropping quite massively, dropped to 11th now. He's fighting for the 10th position with Blobster. But yeah, so far so good from the start, surprisingly. We see Marcel jump ahead of Jay, heading into the end of the first sector, and now Marcel is the leading car of this race. Bit of a bump into the rear of Basson, looks for the outside move potentially. It will be quite a miracle if he can pull it. Basson pushes him off the track, and Lobster has lost multiple positions. Basson's retired from the session, and that's a virtual safety car deployed. DJTT overtook Shitfizz in the S's, and gets the lead from the Marcel, and that's a safety car because Devil's just crashing to the start-finish line, start-finish straight. And safety cars in this lap, on lap 13, with DJTT being the leading car on that restart. We'll just have to wait for him to pull the trigger to restart the race on lap 14. And I think he's going to do it now, yeah. DJTT pulling away, with Blobster and Jay having a bit of a confusion between the positions. And Marcel's looking for a move on DJTT. And he gets that. That's DJTT. Virtual safety car? I think there was a contact between DJTT and Marcel. Oh, that's going to do. Jacobs retired. Crashed out, that's a safety car deployed. Or Shootfish, who's it going to be? On penalties, we already know who is going to be. But who's going to be on track? Is it going to be Shootfish? It's going to be JC. It's going to be Shootfish on the penalties, but it was pretty much a photo finish across the line. We are here for the final sprint event of the season, the Japanese Grand Prix around the Suzuka International Circuit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the wheels are spinning for the final sprint race of the season. Good start from Jay, good start from Shootfish. Rhombos seems to be looking for a move around the outside. No, he's not quite enough. But look at Shootfish and Jay fighting through the first corner. But Jay keeps that position away from Shootfish. We see also JC and actually Rampant got ahead of Rhombos there in that first 2 corners. Yeah, there you go. Shootfish gets ahead of Jay, who's going to be getting pressurized by Rampant. And Rampant's going to take second place away from Jay. Rhombos gets 4th place, but he's fighting with JC through the long right-hander before we approach the spoon corner. Rhombos still ahead of the Sauber. JC. Is Rhombos going to do something about it? He's alongside JC. They're going side by side, and it's the first corner, but Rhombos through on the outside. Rhombos is waiting for that. He's just waiting for that. DRS, but we see Alistar attacking and taking 2 positions from both Rampant and Rhombos, and Alistar in his debut in the sprint race is already into the 3rd place. He's low on battery seemingly. Look at Jay, he has DRS, he has battery also on his disposal, so he goes through the through Aston Martin on the outside and takes the position. Is there going to be an overtaking attempt from Shootfish? No, he's going to stay behind the Mercedes, who seems to be struggling on the traction. Who's going to take it at the end? It's going to be Jay. Who's going to win his 3rd in a row? And Jay PS wins the 3rd final sprint race of the season. 3 out of 3 for the South African. But nevertheless, the lights are going out. And the wheels are spinning for the Japanese Grand Prix. Seems like DJTT has a good start. Marcel also has a good start. Jay and Rhombos are side by side. Rhombos on the inside takes a position away from Jay, who's now fighting Alistar for that 4th place. And Jay is now losing 2 positions in the first 2 corners. We see DJTT very close to the rear. Marcel is going to go for an outside move there. Alpine reserve driver comfortably gets ahead with DRS. And position gained back. With Lobster now getting ahead of Rhombos, making it at the moment Alpine 1-3. Every single time he's finished, he's been on the podium. Rampant has crashed out in the exit of Estes, and that's a safety car deployed. So, does seem to get better traction in comparison to Rhombos. DRS has been enabled. JC was looking for an inside move. He is on the inside. The question is, it's a drag race to the first corner, and who's going to get it? It looks like JC, who's ahead, and will take 4th place away. Marcel retakes the lead from DJ. Yet again, on lap 18. And we see JCJ, Lobster and Rhombos. Rhombos lost 2 positions to both his teammate and the Alpine. Marcel now gets ahead on the SS. Contact between the Mercedes and the Red Bull. Red Bull's round. Kylie's got damage, I think. Lobster has retired. Who else is going to be involved? I'm not sure. There's Alistar off the track. Robsy Cola off the track as well. Chaos going on around the top 10. With Rhombos retaking position from Jay. Rhombos is now in 3rd. We'll see. Rhombos was flashing battery for a slight period of time. But that won't matter because Jay has the DRS, has the battery to attack. And Jay will inherit 3rd place on track. And now both Mercedes are now on the attack to snatch that position away from the Ferrari, who looked at one point to be in a good position to win this race, but now he's losing the position to Jay, who's now promoted to 2nd. But unfortunately for him, Marcel will also get DRS. He has a struggles on the exit there somewhat. Still going to get DRS. He's going to use all the batteries he has at his disposal. Jay also will try and defend it. Goes to the inside, Marcel. Will he take it? Yes, he does. But look at Rhombos on Jay. When Jay and Rhombos bump wheels, allows Rhombos to take the advantage and take the 3rd place away from his teammate. From a reserve in Brazil to a winner in Japanese Grand Prix, with Marcel taking 2nd place on the road. Jonas Rhombos in 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate race of Season 3 is here. Let's keep watching the championship contender, JPS, try to get as high of a position as possible on the intermediates. The only one on intermediates which they left in was Bump Mantis with 57.6, who's just exited the pits. And is about to approach the bus stop chicane to start his final attempt. Exited the pits a couple of minutes ago, that's what I meant to say, but yeah. Jay now growing through the second sector, 124.6 from the South African, as he's now going to go through the Bonchmont section of the track. How is it going to go for him through that section? It's squabbly on the steering, as you can see. Now he's approaching the bus stop chicane. Slightly misses the apex there. Very gingerly going through that section. Gingerly on the exit. Lap time is he going to set Ace 155.3, which will put him in 7th, missing out by more than 0.3 of a second behind the Haas reserve driver in that. 3, 4, 5 lights all around Spa-Francorchamps, and the wheels are spinning in the Belgian Grand Prix. Decent start from Neo. I think Schuff is looking on the inside move, and also contact with Neo. There's a debris from, I think, one of the Aston Martins. It is Schuff, who doesn't have a winging plate. Schuff is looking, not going for it. Will go and try through Lake Combe. Not quite. Rampant still has the track position. Kelly, Jay, and Rhombos. So Jay actually getting ahead of Rhombos, with Rhombos now dropping to 7th. There's the end plate coming off from Neo. He crashed into Schutfis, and now Neo and Schutfis are in the same predicament. Yellow flag in the 3rd sector. That is for Jay, who has spun it at the bus stop chicane and has dropped back to the 9th position. Rhombos has slowed down. Must have been collision between the teammates. Otherwise, why would Rhombos slow down that much? But yeah, I mean, now Rhombos lost the position to Neo after Puon. But now we are going after Radion now. Rampant will try and attack. Barely any battery in his disposal. Mantis will defend as much as he can. Heading into Lake Combe, but Rampant gets ahead. And Jay also got ahead of Ropsy there. And Jay's back in the podium position for the first time in this race. But look at Ropsy, who's going to try and fight it back with the Rivage on the inside. Jay cannot stick it through. Ropsy's going to get it back. With Bump Mantis being in the prime position to retake that position. Another 3-second time penalty for Matt, as Mantis looking on the outside move on Rampant, and comfortably with the DRS gets ahead, and also Jay got ahead of Ropsy there and takes that 3rd place back. Heading through Eau Rouge and Radion. Matt slowly getting back to that back, but not quite to get DRS. We see Rampant get ahead, and now Jay, look at Jay, who could take dupe of them on the inside before Lake Combe, but Jay is now in the lead of the race. But the contact between him and Rampant goes off track, which will allow Mantis to inherit the position. Heading into the final lap of this race, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Jay? Is it gonna be Ropsy? Is it gonna be Mantis? Is it gonna be Rampant? Who out of them 4 is gonna be the victorious one today around the streets of Belgium? As you can see, Ropsy going in the inside of La Sauce, and he takes the position away from Jay on track. The question is, who's going to get DRS once they approach the DRS opening zone at Radion? Will it be Ropsy? Will it be Jay? It will be Jay who's going to get DRS back from Ropsy. But look at Mantis, who's closing in on Cola. Not close enough for any kind of move there. Also, Rampant is waiting on the wings to try and attack. Mantis, a bit of a wide approach on the exit, which will allow Rampant to close in on him. Bug tap between Jay and Ropsy, heading into Rivage. Now they're going to approach Puon, both of them. The top 4 is still close within one another. It's been pretty much for the majority of the whole race between these 4 drivers. With Jay the leading car, Ropsy now going off the track at Puon, looking for any kind of space to attack, as they now go through Fein section, which will follow up with the campus for the final time this race. Now Ropsy's losing slightly on the exit of Fein, but seem to get a bit wider goes than usual there. Robsy, he will lose out a bit to Jay here. But look at Mantis though, who's heading to the bus stop chicane through Blanchimont. Now they go. Could it be a potential second place move for Sauber? No, he's going to stay back behind the Williams. But Jay, BS 4147, will win the Belgian Grand Prix and will keep his championship chances alive.